Reading no. Point 7 Data Privacy Act of 2012 by National Privacy Commission. Rule 1 Preliminary Provisions. Section 1 Title: These rules and regulations shall be known as the implementing rules and regulations of the Data Privacy Act of 2012, or the rules. Section 2 Policy. These rules further enforce the Data Privacy Act and adopt generally accepted international principles and standards for personal data protection. They safeguard the fundamental human right of every individual to privacy while ensuring free flow of information for innovation, growth, and national development. These rules also recognize the vital role of information and communications technology in nation building and enforce the state's inherent obligation to ensure that personal data, information, and communications system in the government and in the private sector are secure and protected. Section 3 Definitions. Whenever used in these rules, the following terms should have the respective meaning hereafter set forth. A. Act refers to Republic Act No. 10173, also known as the Data Privacy Act of 2012. B. Commission refers to the National Privacy Commission. C. Consent of the data subject refers to any freely given specific informed indication of will whereby the data subject agrees to the collection and processing of his or her personal, sensitive personal, or privileged information. Consent shall be evidenced by written, electronic, or recorded means. It may also begin on behalf of a data subject by a lawful representative or an agent specifically authorized by the data subject to do so. D. Data subject refers to an individual whose personal, sensitive, personal, or privileged information is processed. E. Data processing system refers to the structure and procedure by which personal data is collected and further processed in an information and communications system or relevant filing system, including the purpose and intended output of the processing. F. Data sharing is the disclosure or transfer to a third party of personal data under the custody of a personal information controller or personal information processor. In the case of the latter, such disclosure or transfer must have been upon the instructions of the personal information controller concerned. The term includes outsourcing or the disclosure or transfer of personal data by personal information controller to a personal information processor. G. Direct marketing refers to communication by whatever means of any advertising or marketing material which is direct to particular individuals. H. Billing system refers to any set of information relating to natural or juridical persons to the extent that although the information is not processed by equipment operating automatically in response to instruction given for that purpose, the set is structured either by reference to individual or by reference to criteria relating to individual in such a way that specific information relating to a particular individual is readily accessible. I. Information and communication system refers to a system generating, sending, receiving, storing, or otherwise processing electronic data, message, or electronic documents, and includes the computer system or other similar device by which data is recorded, transmitted, or stored, and any procedure related to the recording, transmission, or storage of electronic data, electronic message, or electronic document. J. Personal data refers to all types of personal information. K. Personal data, which refers to a breach of security leading to the accidental or unlawful destructions, loss, alteration, unauthorized disclosure of or access to personal data transmitted, stored, or otherwise process. L. Personal Personal information refers to any information, whether recorded in a material form or not, from which the identity of an individual is apparent or can be reasonably and directly ascertained by the entity holding the information, or when put together with other information would directly and certainly identify an individual. M. Personal information controller refers to a natural or juridical person or any other body who controls the processing of personal data or instructors other to process personal data on its behalf. The term excludes 1. A natural or juridical person or any other body who performs such function as instructed by another person or organization, or a natural person who processes personal data in connection with his or her personal, family, or household affairs. There is control if the natural or juridical person, any other body, decides on what information is collected or the purpose or extent of its processing. And personal information processor refers to any natural or juridical person or any other body to whom a personal information controller may outsource or instruct the processing of personal data pertaining to a data subject. O. Processing refers to any operation of any set of operations performed upon personal data, including but not limited to the collection, recording, organization, storage, updating, or modification, retrieval, conclusion, use, consolidation, blocking, erasure, or destruction of data. Processing may be performed through automated means or manual processing if the personal data are contained or intended to be contained in a filing system. P. Profiling refers to any form of automated processing of personal data consisting of the use of personal data to evaluate certain personal aspects relating to a natural person, in particular to analyze or predict aspects concerning that natural person's performance at work, economic situation, health, personal preferences, interest, reliability, behavior, location, or movements. Q. Privileged information refers to any and all forms of data which, under the rules of court and other pertinent laws, constitute privileged communication. Public authority refers to any government entity created by constitution of law, invested with law enforcement or regulatory authority and function. S. Security incident is an event or occurrence that affects or tends to affect data protection or may compromise the ability, integrity, and confidentiality of personal data. It includes indecent that would result to a personal data breach if not for safeguards that have been put in place. Sensitive personal information refers personal information 1. About an individual's race, ethnic origin, material status, age, color, and religious, philosophical, or political affiliations. 2. About an individual's health, duration, genetic, or sexually life of a person, or to any proceeding for any offense committed or alleged to have been committed by such individual, the disposal of such proceedings, or the sentence of any court in such proceedings. 3. Issue by government agencies peculiar to an individual, which includes but is not limited to social security numbers, previous or current health records, license or its denials, suspension or revocation, and tax returns, and 4. Specifically established by an executive or an act of Congress to be kept classified.